Hi, everybody. Oh, here we are. Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? For anyone watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Looks like there's something going on with my internet. I don't know if someone would hop on. Well, no one's here right now. Maybe you can, I'm curious, hoping that the sound and picture and everything's okay. Hello to whoever just hopped on. Hi, Jen. Can you hear me and see me okay? My video is a little wonky right now. Let me know. I'll start in just a minute. I'm just going to take a deep breath and get nice and grounded. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. My screen is like flashing. Yeah, okay, great. Thank you. So Jen says she can see me and hear me okay. I guess it's just me. My video is being weird. I'm burning some Palo Santo. I'm going to take another deep breath and feel grounded. And I want to talk to you about one of my favorite subjects. So talking about archetypes is one of my favorite things to discuss. This has been personally transforming for me. So I'll start with saying that, so I'll start with saying that my name is Aubrey, and I'm an energy alchemy mentor. So what does that mean? You might wonder, what does energy alchemy mean? And I like to think of it consciously using mental, physical, and emotional tools to shift from something dysfunctional and undesired to being in right alignment for yourself. So everything is energy. Our chakra system is, well, everything is energy, and being conscious of our energy system, our elemental chakras, and knowing ways to support ourselves in moments of depletion. And having this understanding of energetic boundaries is really, really beneficial. It's a valuable skill to have. And let's see. Yeah, I don't know. So Jen's saying that my video is getting a little flashy, but we'll see. I'll just continue, and I hope when I download this and have the replay that the kinks will work out, because I've heard there's been some Facebook glitches lately. So in my personal energy alchemy practice, I work with the body, with elements. I work with archetypes and the moon phases, and this is how I love to work with energy. I personally do this, I teach this, and I work with people one-on-one. So today I want to share this model of grounding your authentic archetypes. Archetypes is a way to understand different modes that we operate in. So right now I'm really working on channeling my teacher archetype. And when I finish this video, I'm going to go inside, I'm going to be with my family, and I'll start making lunch. I'll be in my mother archetype. And then when I visit with my favorite friends, I enjoy them because I get to be in my goddess and my witch and my medicine woman archetype. So my rebel archetype. So every archetype is going to have a set of characteristics. It's going to have a pattern. These are going to be things in common. They can describe an image, an avatar, or a character in a book or a movie. My favorite author on this archetype, on this subject, is Carolyn Mays, and she describes this as like a stencil. So it's like a shape that we recognize, but we color it in with our unique and beautiful personalities. So archetypes are multidimensional. They each contain a high potential, a neutral desire, and then a shadow side. And hello to whoever else is on. Thank you for being here. And so Carolyn Mays also talks about how each person has 12 to 18 core archetypes, and they're all going to be unique, except every person has 4 universal archetypes in common, and these are what's known as the survival archetypes. And these are, we all have a relationship with these because we had to get grounded in earth. So these are going to be things that we learned as children. As children, we developed patterns about how to win affection, what situations to avoid because we might get hurt, how to negotiate our time and our and money and our body. You know, we learned that as we were older, but we had to learn how to negotiate our space and negotiate our worth. We all had to overcome obstacles. We've all had to say to ourselves, like, I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm going to do this instead. So these are going to be reflective of our survival archetypes, which I'm not going to name and get into right now, because I really want to focus on our higher potential archetypes. And when we talk about survival archetypes, this isn't about this is about lower earth energy, but these are necessary. These aren't bad in any way or negative in any way. These are just going to reflect how we're dealing with our life, with our earth patterns, with our relationships, and with things when we're triggered emotionally, and like what kind of things might be holding us back. But it's going to reflect our relationship to very necessary survival situations, like our home, our family, our work, and overcoming obstacles. So let's see. Every time we change something in our life, we have to reorient our survival archetypes. So a lot of people right now are feeling this big shift because we are in this global pandemic, and that there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot of things going on for a lot of people. So there could be a lot of us might be falling into survival patterns that aren't serving us. So I want to talk to you about, well, first I'd like you to just invite you to kind of think about a list of archetypes you might have. So these are things that you enjoy, things that you are good at. Probably has something to do with like the job you have. So just start thinking about what kind of archetypes can you associate with the things that you're already doing. These archetypes are obvious. These are things that are in you. They're who you are, and they're who you've always been. So you don't have to dig too much. Some things might surprise you when you really start thinking this, but most of them are going to be completely obvious. So you might know that you're an advocate, that you like to speak for people who don't have a voice. You might know that you're a philosopher, that you love to sit and open your mind and hear new ideas. You might know that you're an engineer, that you love patterns, you love systems, you love creating systems for people to follow something easily. You might be a caretaker, you might be a rock and roller, you might be a comedian. So these are just obvious and things that you're already working with most of the time. And some of your archetypes are probably things that you want to work with more, you want to bring into your life more. So like the spiritual and visionary archetypes that help us reach our highest potential. So think about some of the favorite people that are in your life. Like when you're with them, you feel at home. And just reading your comment, Jen. Archetypes and the fluidity with them. So they're going to be fairly simple to kind of hone in on, right? So so think about your favorite people to spend time with. And I'm reading, sorry. So let's see. Sometimes we meet people and we haven't even spent much time with them, but yet we feel so connected to them, and they're automatically our favorite people. You know those people who, like, you visited a few times, but they're just like automatically your favorite people. And this is going to show you some of your favorite, like the archetypes that probably don't get to be expressed enough. But when you're with them, you're like, yes, I'm with this person, and we get to, play in this way. So I would like to use Ashley as an example. Ashley, the founder of this group, the Goddess Temple. I've attended 2 retreats with her for the winter solstice, and a few of her online moon groups, and every time I'm with her, I'm like, I have this sense of coming home and I feel so excited. So this for me, my interpretation of this is like Ashley creates a space for the goddess, the witch, the medicine woman, and even like because she holds me in such a great way. Like I feel like my magical child gets to be nurtured by this, you know, mama space holder or something. Like there's something very nurturing about her as well. So these are, this is a wonderful place to be. It's wonderful to find these kind of connections. And so I'm going back to my notes. So some of us have these work relationships or family relationships. Some of us have like even strained personal relationships, or even we know like old friends that we've had for a long time. After we've changed a lot, there's still kind of these. There can be survival relationships where we really feel like we have to kind of, I don't know, maybe it can deplete our energy, or maybe we feel like we have to mask certain things about ourselves, or we don't get to be in these like playful archetypes that are really fun and feel so good and nurturing to our soul, to authentically to who we are. So when we start to analyze this, it's going to bring up our sacred shadow work, and this is going to give us a lot of healing. We can understand these patterns that are in our life that might be holding us back. But I really want to get into these spiritual archetypes, and so I'm going to assume that everyone here has a goddess archetype. Obviously, this group, but let's talk about the goddess archetype. Is a great one to use because there's many versions of the goddess archetype. So you'll start seeing that you have a certain archetype. Like I like the comedian. I love my comedian, but my comedian kind of shows up as an inappropriate 12-year-old boy. So that's how, like, so we can have a broad archetype, but we'll get really specific. So the goddess archetypes, maybe do you embrace change and transformation? Do you hold the destruction of old structures and systems in a sacred way? You might be channeling your Kali goddess archetype into these moments. Are you naturally inquisitive, wanting to understand the bigger picture before really believing it? You know, you might be hunting for truth. You might be looking for answers that you come to for yourself. And this is really channeling that goddess Diana, the hunter archetype. Are you comfortable with your expressions of love and beauty and sensuality? Maybe you've always had a natural affinity towards Aphrodite. And these goddess archetypes and other spiritual archetypes like the alchemist, the mystic, the visionary are going to represent you in your full power. So these are great to get clear with. These are really great to bring in. Yes, priestess. Yeah, the priestess archetype is, you know, that the one who can stand and hold things. And what is the priestess archetype to you, Jen? I'm curious. So we're going to call these a lot of things, and they're all going to have a higher potential, a neutral desire, and a shadow. But when you wake up in the morning, how do you set intentions so you can pull in your bigger archetypes, your spiritual archetypes? I love meditation. I love to embody these things. I love to set intention with meditation, or simply, if it's a busy morning, to just simply like have a quiet moment with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. I'm curious, what kind of things do you do? What do you enjoy doing? Or when you know that you're in these spaces, when you know that you're operating from these archetypes, how does it feel in your body? And like locate a place and give it texture. So let's see. Yeah, Ashley, the first way you spelled it, Jen. So the ways, oh yes, the way Ashley holds energy for me is very priestess-like. Yes, true. A facilitator for energy, working with nature. Yes, very true, Jen. And wow, I'm already at 15 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up. So this is just an invitation to you to start getting curious about your authentic archetypes. Who are you as an authentic person, as an authentic soul? And how do you want to bring these bigger archetypes into your life? Like, how do you want to begin your day to really anchor them in? How do you want to, when you know you're being pulled out of your center, when you are listening to someone complain, or you're just feeling depleted from whatever situation, how can you pull yourself back into your core? And I love using breath work. I love locating a place in my body where I feel these things and giving it texture. The heart space is a great space. It's, feeling strong, open, warm, fuzzy. I love the warm and fuzzy words, but, and noticing, and maybe when I feel insecure or depleted, I might feel something in the pit of my gut, or I might start to feel a little more protected around my heart space. So it's really understanding this alchemy of these two ends and breathing from one thing into another. And that's how I use it. I'm curious if you have any other ideas about that. As an energy alchemist, this is what I use. I love doing this with people in body therapy work as well. This is what I do, but I love to do this off the massage table and invite people to connect to their body, to the texture of what they want, to the experience of, hi Rachel, to the experience of what they are coming from. Like if it's a depleted energy, identify that in your body, give it texture, and breathe into the desired feeling and embodiment of what you really want. So thank you for everyone who's just joined. Thank you for those who've been with me. I'm at 17 minutes, so I'm going to end the video. I hope you watch the replay. I'm happy to talk more about this. I have a business page called the Empath's Alchemy Toolkit, where I talk a lot about moon phases, elements, and archetypes. And hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Sending lots of love. Bye.